Hey there, Patty here. You're catching video number 4 in a series that I created to answer my most frequently asked questions about how to communicate with your spirit guides, your loved ones, your angels. And today I think we are getting to the juiciest question, which is, how do I know if I can trust the messages I'm getting or if I'm really just making them up in my head? So this is a huge one we get. So I'm going to go and give you the quick answer and then give you the way longer answer. So the quick answer is messages from your team, from your spirit team, are always going to feel like love. Meaning, if they give you an answer to a question and you have a sense of fear or dread or anything that doesn't feel like love, that most likely is not your spirit team. That is your head making it up, because really our head generates a lot of the fear we feel. And it's when we feel that really loving, peaceful feeling that it's our spirit team helping us or us accessing our own intuition, our own divine within, right? So that's the short answer. And, if you haven't joined the workshop, or if you haven't bought your ticket to the workshop, the 4 steps to communicate with your spirit team, just know that we will go deeper into how to feel that love feeling versus the fear and really the nuance of it. But at a high level, that's the quickest answer, is it feels like love. Now, there's a few other things, and I actually took notes because I think I'm going to forget to give you everything, and I want to make sure I give you everything. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. What I find a lot of people where they get lost in the communication with their spirit team is, your spirit team will drop answers in through your sense, through what's called your clairs, like clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance. But not always are you going to be developed enough in those senses to really get the nuance of that communication. And so then your spirit team will go outside of you and deliver it through coincidence, through signs, through other humans, through animals, through nature, through lots of different ways to give you answers. And they'll usually give you answers multiple times. I would say 99% of the time you're going to get an answer more than one way. But I do want to step back and just talk about those senses, right? Clairsentience is the feeling of an answer, right? That's the sentience part. Clairvoyance is the seeing the answer. Clairaudience is hearing the answer, right? Maybe actually hearing your spirit team in your head. And claircognizance is just knowing. So it's the answer drops in. Claircognizance is the one that I find that people access and then doubt, because it really does feel like it's part of your thinking process. But if you pay attention to the energy of the message, you'll see that although it's inside your mind, it's not of your mind. Now, I know that that's kind of complicated, or I don't know, maybe hard to grasp, but I promise you, if you're joining the workshop, we'll definitely dive deeper into that. And you can go to pattylen.com/4 steps to be a part of that workshop. Now, so that may be the first way that you get messages, is hearing them, knowing them, seeing them, feeling them. Those are the ones we tend to doubt. And so what will happen is your spirit team will also then use other methodologies. So maybe you're thinking the answer that you think you got, and then you're wondering, is this real? And all of a sudden a wind will blow through and you'll just feel like that was part of it, right? And so they're going to layer in affirmations, affirming visions, affirming conversations. You may go and turn on the television and there's a commercial basically telling you the same thing you thought you got the message on. And here's what I want you to understand is that you can ask for clarification. You can get the message and still not believe it and say, okay, I got the message, but I'm really having a hard time believing that this is you guys talking to me. Can you also send me a sign? And then you can ask for a specific sign to affirm the message that you got. So this is all to say that when you ask for help, your spirit team starts communicating with you. They're in conversation with you all day long. You're just not hearing the conversation because it's happening at this very subtle level. So until you become attuned to that subtle communication that feels more like a whisper, you're probably going to miss a lot of the communication, and that's okay, because your spirit team is really committed to getting you to hear them, and they're going to send that information through in lots of different ways. And ultimately, the part of you that's blocking the communication is your brain, right? Your brain fears what it doesn't understand. And the reality is, most of what goes on with our spirit team, our angels, our spirit guides, loved ones, is based on faith. And the brain really likes facts. So asking for signs, asking for maybe an animal ally, a fox or a horse or an elephant to show up, maybe in real life, but maybe in images, to affirm the messages, is really a helpful way to help your brain get on board. Because those signs, those animal allies, the nature allies, right? Having a tree show up or a particular flower show up, especially when you're dealing with loved ones, maybe it was their favorite flower. Asking for those signs really helps your brain start to believe the communication is happening. So when I get that question, is this really my spirit team talking to me? Is that really a message from my spirit guide, or is it my brain just making it up? Almost always it is. And then your brain is going, no, this can't be it. We're just making it up. We're feeding you this information, right? It really wants to keep you in doubt around things that you can't touch and feel, because that makes your brain feel safer. But it doesn't mean your brain is right. It's not safer to be without your spirit communication. It's actually safer to be with it, because then you're able to make decisions with your team on board. And the great thing about your spirit guides, your angels, and your loved ones are coming through, they generally have your best interest at heart. So, that is the shortest version and the longest version that I can give you right here on this quick video, but we'll definitely dive more into understanding the nuance and some of the tools you can use to get more specific answers. Certainly, one of my favorite tools are oracle cards. So this is my deck, the Space for Magic deck. I love using oracle cards because when you look at pictures, it gives your brain something to focus on and really funnel information through. Another great strategy is using crystals. Crystals are alive, and so they hold a lot of communication. And so holding the crystal and getting information, whoops, almost dropped it, through crystals is a great way. Again, we'll talk all about that in the workshop. But for now, the short answer is, when it feels like love, that likely is the answer. And here's what I would recommend you do is track the answers you're getting. Okay, so that's your homework. Track the answers you're getting, whether you believe them or not, along with all of the supporting evidence, meaning you get a message and then you see a sign, or you see something out in nature, or maybe you reach for a book or a TV show and you get, again, some version of the message you're getting. Start to track that, because what we track grows, and what we track and report on grows exponentially. So if you come to the workshop, then you'll be able to share with us what's been happening. All of a sudden, your brain's getting on board and you're amplifying your gift for talking to your spirit team. Okay, so I hope to see you at the workshop. Go to pattylennon.com/4 steps. And hey, if you're watching this after the workshop has run live, just know you can purchase the replay, and you're going to get just as much benefit from that, because I'll be walking you through each of the sections of the process to connect to your spirit team. We'll be talking about how to clean and protect the space that you're acting in, so that you know that all that's coming through is love. We're going to be talking about how to ask questions, how to structure those questions so you get the clearest answer. Now, understand, there is no right way to ask a question. I don't want you to think that you have to take the workshop to get the right questions. Any question can be asked, but sometimes it's the way we phrase them and the way we structure them that makes it easier for us to get clearer answers. I'm going to show you the nuance to that. And then finally, I'm going to talk to you the tools about receiving those answers and how to understand them and work with them a bit better. So if you're interested in that, join me for the workshop, pattylennon.com/4 steps. And again, you can get that workshop on recording as well at that link. All right, have a great day.